Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I've got kind of a video response for you guys to a video that my buddy James, DVD Collection 1974, uploaded for his series Top 10 Tuesdays, in which he listed his top 10 favorite slasher movies. My buddy Jay the Stingray also did a video where he listed his top 10 slasher movies. So I thought, hey, what an opportune time to update my own list of favorite slasher movies. And I actually did a video back in 2011. It was one of the first few videos that I actually uploaded onto YouTube where I listed my favorite slasher movies, and I think in no particular order. I'll put a link to that video in the description. Also, I'm going to mention in this video probably many times my slasher movie prerequisite list. I actually did a video a couple of years ago called Slasher Movies 101 The Essentials, something like that. I'll put a link to that video also in the description. Check that out. It's kind of a list of all the elements that I look for in a slasher movie to elevate it to the ranks of a great slasher movie. And there are several things. So check that video out for a more in-depth look into my slasher movie prerequisite list. As many of you probably know, I'm a huge slasher movie fan. It's my favorite subgenre of horror. I've seen a ton of slasher movies, good, bad, god-awful, in all places in between. So I do kind of consider myself to be a slasher movie expert. Before I dive into this list, there are a few slasher movies that I just want to kind of mention here briefly that just didn't quite make the list, but deserve to be mentioned. The first one is The Prowler, directed by Joe Zito. Great special makeup effects in that film from Tom Savini. Always really enjoyed it. 80s slasher movie, a lot of fun. Two slasher movies that I think of just synonymously. I can't think of one without thinking of the other. That is Prom Night and Terror Train. Prom Night was actually on Encore last night. I caught it in the middle, and I just stopped and watched it because it's just that kind of movie. I find myself reaching for it every now and again. Terror Train, the same thing. Neither one of them, I think, are great slasher movies, but I don't know. I just have a sentimental bone in me for those two movies. Next up, April Fool's Day. Love April Fool's Day. Two slasher movies that I really like that don't get mentioned very often. One is Just Before Dawn. Really moody, atmospheric, backwoods slasher movie. Really like it a lot. If you guys haven't seen Just Before Dawn, definitely look it up, find it, watch it. Mad Men, another 80s slasher movie, backwoods slasher movie. Really fun, really well-made slasher movie. Another one, look for it, check it out. Very, very good movie. And Candyman. And I balked about putting Candyman in my slasher list because I think Candyman, when I think of Candyman, Candyman is almost too classy to be classified as a slasher movie. I like Candyman a lot. I think Candyman, the character, is a very, he's a villain that you can, that you kind of feel for. Played expertly, I think, by Tony Todd. Just a really well-made movie, well-written movie based on a short story by Clive Barker. Really, really good movie. I've intended for a long time to do just a standalone video talking about Candyman because I like it a lot. I know it was very high up on Jay the Stingray's list as well. But yeah, really, really interesting movie. So, into my list, number 10, I have Scream. Scream, of course, did so much for not just the slasher movies, but just horror movies in general in the 90s. Just totally revitalized horror. Of course, the subsequent films that were released in its wake that kind of copied Scream pretty much drove the genre back into the ground pretty quickly thereafter. But Scream, of course, written by Kevin Williamson, directed by Wes Craven. Just an awesome slasher movie. Just an awesome movie in general. I think the way that it was a satire of slasher movies, yet it didn't make fun of slasher movies. It didn't sort of drag slasher movies through the mud. It was a really great slasher movie in and of itself while being satirical yet paying homage to a lot of other slasher movies, which the other Scream films I'm really not a fan of. All the Scream sequels for me were the kind of slasher movies that the original Scream sort of were satirical of, put it that way. I just love Scream. It's one of the few instances where I rented the movie on VHS back in the day, watched it all the way through, immediately stopped it, rewound it, and watched it all the way through again. Love that movie. Number 9 on my list is Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. I know a lot of you guys out there probably just rolled your eyes at me, but I love Friday 5. You know I'm a huge defender of that movie. I could not care less that it is the imposter Jason. If you just watch Friday 5 as a slasher movie, is a whodunit kind of slasher movie. I think you're going to love it. It's got a lot of the elements that are on my slasher movie prerequisite list. Memorable characters, great dialogue, just, wacky situations. It's got this bleak, dark sense of humor. It's got this just overwhelming air of sleaziness in it that I just absolutely love. I love everything about Friday the 13th Part 5. I understand the hatred behind it. It's the imposter Jason. If you watch the movie as just a slasher movie, forget about, it being a Friday the 13th film. I think you'd really enjoy it. I love Freddy 5. Always have. Always will. Yeah. Number 8, Sleepaway Camp, another 80s slasher movie that I absolutely love with every fiber of my being. Love it. Memorable characters, great dialogue, lots of fun camp shenanigans. Love it to death. A lot of people say, if it weren't for the ending, that movie would not be at all memorable. I agree. The ending just sort of ramps that movie up into just classic status. With or without that ending, I would still love it as a slasher movie. It would still be on my list. I just love Sleepaway Camp to death. Awesome slasher movie. Next up at number 7, My Bloody Valentine. Love, love, love My Bloody Valentine. Another one that's just so sentimental in my heart. Absolutely love that film. Love the look of the film. Love the feel of the film. Love the killer, Harry Warden. Love the look with the miner's outfit and the mask on. Just love it. The pickaxe, everything about it. Great, great, great 80s slasher movie. One that I watch at least a couple of times every year just got to feel it. Just love me some My Bloody Valentine. Number 6, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, my favorite movie in that series. I would even say that it is better than the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 does everything that a great sequel is supposed to do, and it does it very, very well. I just love Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I love it. I think it's a exceptionally well-made film, great special effects, great characters, great dialogue, just a fun, awesome, almost an epic feeling kind of slasher movie. Really love Nightmare on Elm Street 3 a lot. Number 5, Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. Another one that I think is a sequel that is much better than the original. The best slasher movie, the best film in that series, and just an all-around great, perfect slasher movie. You look at, again, all the prerequisites: memorable characters, great dialogue, great kills, just a lot of fun, awesome, awesome slasher movie. Friday the 13th Part 4. Number 4, The Burning. I've talked about The Burning a lot. I absolutely love The Burning. I love all the characters in the film. Love the dialogue. Love the camp shenanigans that are going on. Love the kills. Awesome practical makeup effects in that movie. I love just the ominous atmosphere throughout the movie. I think it's a very stylishly shot, well-directed slasher movie, which you don't really see a lot of those. I just love The Burning absolutely to death. One of my all-time favorite slasher movies at number 4. Number 3, Black Christmas. Bob Clark's Black Christmas. What can you say about that film? I love everything about it. Love the characters, the dialogue. I love the bleak just atmosphere of the film, though it's got a sense of humor about it. The creepy phone calls, the point of view shots, the fact that the killer is in the house. And I love that ending. I absolutely love that ending. Just a great, great, great film and a great slasher film. Love Black Christmas to death. Number 2, Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween. I mean, what more can you say about John Carpenter's Halloween? Just an amazing, brilliant film. Just, wow. Halloween. That's all you need to say. Number 1, you guys probably know on my list already before I mention it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974, directed by Tobe Hooper. For me, it is the Citizen Kane of slasher movies. It is the original slasher movie. It was the slasher movie that created the prototype that to this day, 40 years later, is still in use. Just love everything about it. I love the atmosphere. I love the look of the film. I love everything about it. Every single thing about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I absolutely love. I think not only is it a great slasher movie, not only is it a great horror film, I think it's just a great film in general. A negative of Texas Chainsaw Massacre is actually in the Museum of Modern Art, where it absolutely should be, I think. An amazing film, truly amazing film. yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, #1 on my slasher movie list. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to leave your own top 10 slasher movie list, do that in the comment section below, or please do a video response and link it in the comment section below. Yeah, hope you guys really enjoyed. Let me just say, no giallos in this list. I don't consider giallos to be slashers. I may do a top 10 giallo movie list at some point. But yeah, these are just my top 10 sort of contemporary American and Canadian slasher movies. Hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, take it easy. Peace.